Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I want to talk to you guys about something that a lot of people are asking about. Everyone is asking about Kai Greene right now. Now you guys know I'm not a bodybuilder, I'm not a big fan of bodybuilding, but I have to follow it to some extent just because of what I do, so I do keep up a little bit with the Mr. Olympia and things. Kai Greene has been banned from attending the Mr. Olympia. He's been the #2 Mr. Olympia for a while now. I think he's placed second at least several times. He is the lead contender for the title. Now, part of the problem is that a lot of people always think he should win, but here's the thing, guys. Because of his past, the IFBB is never going to let Kai Greene win the Mr. Olympia. He has a well-known past of doing gay for pay and being a stripper. You guys got to remember, it is very expensive to become a pro bodybuilder. The drug bill, the food bill, everything else is enormous, and they have to spend so much time cooking, eating, and training. They don't have time to work regular jobs, and their expenses can be upwards of $50,000 a year to even get to that level within bodybuilding. So unless you are independently sponsored or independently wealthy, a lot of these guys have to resort to unorthodox methods to earn a living and to support their lifestyle. And Kai Greene is no exception there. Unfortunately for him, a lot of his became very public. That has screwed him politically. The thing that people need to remember is that in bodybuilding, everything is about politics and money. It's completely subjective. For the most part, to most people who are not fans of bodybuilding, they all look like freaks. They all look unattractive. They all look gross. Only the fans of bodybuilding don't think that. And so it's very subjective. And because it's so subjective, it's all about money, sponsorships, and politics that determine who wins. And so because of that, Kai Greene, even though he's oftentimes a fan favorite, will never win the Mr. Olympia. Now it seems like he's been kicked out of the event. We don't know the full details of why, but I suspect it has to do with his supplement line that he tried to release. It's my understanding that when he released his supplement line, he wanted to launch it at the Olympia, and they didn't want him to do it for free. Even though he's a competitor, he was basically told that he would have to pay sponsorship money to do it. And getting a sponsorship and a booth at something like the Mr. Olympia can be extremely expensive, and it might have been outside of his budget. And so there was most likely some sort of fight and conflict there, although the details of it have all been kept hush-hush. He doesn't seem to be able to talk about it. He might have legal restraints from being able to talk about it, but it most likely has to do with sponsorship money and supplement money. And I think it's very unfortunate, again, even though I'm not really a fan of bodybuilding, I think it's very unfortunate that someone like Kai, who is a crowd favorite, has been banned from something like that. And I also think it's a bit unfortunate that they have always kind of blackballed him a bit because of his past, when the reality is these guys do what they have to do to compete in this. They oftentimes have to do stuff like this. He is not even the first guy who's been a contender or even won the Mr. Olympia that there were not large amounts of rumors out there about their homosexual prostitution and other things that they had to do to support themselves to get into it. It is simply part of the game. And anyone who's been to any of these big bodybuilding shows knows that there are tons of guys there offering money for sex to the actual competitors. That is the norm inside this industry. It's not the exception to the rule, and the IFBB has always tried to hide that and put forward this pristine image rather than admit that a lot of what they do is basically just a big homosexual prostitution ring. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.